What to do and what not to do when it seems like she's angry at you. It seems like she's become a little bit reserved, she's a little bit more quiet. It seems like something's wrong, but she doesn't want to tell you. She expects you to read her mind. Men are very logical, women are very emotional. What should you do? I'm going to give you my take on what you should do in this situation. Before we kick it off, I'm Dave, and this channel is dedicated to giving you no bullshit, novel dating advice for the modern man. In the description, you can fill out a form and do some one-on-one coaching with me, and maybe we'll have some boot camps coming up soon. So, what to do when it seems like she's angry at you? She seems a little bit reserved. It doesn't seem like she wants to talk to you. It seems like she's ignoring you. Let's start with what you shouldn't do. Well, what you shouldn't do is go over and say, "Are you okay? Can you tell me what's going on? Can you tell me exactly what is wrong with you?" You see, this is what men do. We want a logical problem to solve. We want to figure out what exactly the problem is, and we want to grab a few tools, fix it up, boom, no problems, and then walk away. For her, it is not a logical thing that can be fixed. It is an emotional thing that is related to your relationship. So going over and saying, "Are you okay? Have I done something to annoy you?" What you are doing is she's the feminine, and you're bringing femininity to that problem. That's only going to get her more angry. Think about it. Whenever your girlfriend is frustrated and annoyed and quiet and reserved, and you go over and say, "Are you okay? Did I do something wrong?" and you bring that feminine energy to the feminine, and she gets angry and frustrated and she doesn't trust you and she doesn't know what's going on. Why? Because you should be bringing the masculine to the feminine to solve this problem, and not bringing feminine to feminine. That's why a lot of women will get angry in that situation. What is really going on is that she is a little bit unhappy with the relationship in that moment, and that doesn't mean that it can't change moment to moment. So let me give you an example. She seems a little bit quiet and reserved, and you suggested, "Hey, let's go to the bar, let's go get some cocktails, let's go get some pizza, or let's go to the movies, or let's go somewhere," and she goes, "Oh, I don't know if I want to go. I don't know, I don't really feel like it." Is it that she doesn't like pizza? No. Is it that she doesn't like cocktails or the particular movie? Men think, okay, well, maybe it's the type of pizza, or maybe it's the type of movie, or maybe maybe it's the location. No, that is not the problem. The problem is your relationship in that particular moment. Maybe you came home from work, you didn't pay her enough attention, she doesn't feel loved, and she's not getting the masculine energy and attention that she needs in that moment. The age doesn't matter either. She could be 18 to 80. It is exactly the same situation if you're not paying her the right attention. So what do you do in that situation? So just say she's like, "I don't really know," and you try to fix it logically, you're doing the wrong thing. What you should do, on the flip side, instead of just playing the feminine and the logical feminine, you should bring masculine energy to it. So for instance, you go over to her and she's like, instead of asking her what's wrong and worrying about all of these other things logically that she could tell you, all you're going to do is make it worse. So what you do is you go over and you bring the masculine energy. You go over and literally pick her up and grunt and, "Come here, come here." Or you grab her hand and twirl her around, and you give her a massive, passionate kiss. She's like, "Oh, oh." And you go, "Come on, let's go." She's like, "Oh, yes, sounds good." If you try that, just try that. Like if you think that this doesn't make sense to you, try when she's frustrated and quiet, going over there and logically solving the problem. Go over there and say, "Oh, What's wrong? Have I done anything wrong? Is there something specific that we need to change? And then another time when she seems a little bit reserved and quiet, going over there and literally just picking her up, passionately kissing her, giving her the big dip, twirling her around and getting her like, whoa, and she'll be like, and then you're like, come on, let's go. And then because you're like, let's go, that's also the masculine. You're leading, you're leading the way. She doesn't want to make decisions. She wants you to make the decisions. She wants to feel safe in your arms and under your control. And if you don't believe that this would work, try both and see which one works better. I bet almost every time, unless there is a serious problem, because I don't know specifically what the problem might be with her being reserved at this, if her cat died or something, obviously, but if you don't know exactly what is wrong and there's no reason for her to be behaving like this, then I bet if you do this, you go in and pick her up, you twirl her, you give her a big dip, you mess up her hair a little bit, give her a big kiss, and you bring that masculine polarity to the feminine, and she'll feel like a woman in that moment, and she'll be so keen to go get pizza or go get some cocktails or watch the movie or do whatever you want to do. And whatever was wrong was really that you weren't giving her enough attention, you weren't giving her enough masculine energy, and that was the problem. So blast through all of the logical and feminine crap that gets in men's minds, blast through all that, bring the masculine, and it will solve the problem vast majority of the times, unless there actually is something wrong. So if you like this video, click the subscribe button, and if you want some one-on-one coaching with me, links in the description, my books in the description, digital products in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.